Men waste their 20s. They don't crash, they don't burn out, they drift. One man spends his 20s building discipline, stacking skills, sharpening his mind. Another man spends his 20s chasing women, chasing validation, staying drunk and high. 10 years later, one has options, the other has regrets and addictions. By the end of this video, you're going to see exactly where most men in their 20s go wrong, and more importantly, how to make sure you're not one of them. Let me give you a truth most people won't say out loud. Your 20s are not for finding yourself. Your 20s are for building yourself. Everything you do in this decade adds up. Your habits add up. Your discipline adds up. Your mindset adds up. And so does your laziness. See, people think time will fix their life. It won't. Time only amplifies who you already are. If you're focused in your 20s, your 30s expand your success. If you're distracted in your 20s, your 30s expose your lack of preparation. And here's the part most men ignore. You don't get your 20s back. No reset button, no redo, no second draft. Your 30s are just your 20s revealed. Most men don't wake up and decide to ruin their lives. They just don't decide anything at all. 1. Lack of direction. No mission, no plan, no standards. So what happens? They default to pleasure. Whatever feels good in the moment becomes the direction of their life. And a man without direction will always be controlled by distraction. 2. Addiction to comfort. We live in the easiest time in human history. Food is easy. Entertainment is instant. Pleasure is on demand. And that's the problem. Because comfort kills ambition. Social media, endless scrolling, porn, gaming for hours. All of it trains your brain to choose easy over meaningful. 3. Chasing validation, especially from women. Let's be honest, a lot of men spend their 20s trying to be liked instead of trying to be respected. They shape their behavior around attention. Instead of becoming valuable, they become available. And there's a difference, my man. 4. Bad peer circles. If the people around you have no standards, you won't either. If your circle is built around jokes, distractions, and avoiding responsibility, that becomes your normal. You don't rise above your environment, you adapt to it. 5. No sense of urgency. This is the biggest lie. I've got time. No, you don't. Time is being spent whether you're intentional or not. Every day you drift, you're choosing your future. Now let's get specific. These are the exact ways men throw away their most important decade. 1. Chasing women instead of building value. The wise OG will never tell you there's something wrong with being interested in women. But making them your top priority in your 20s? Misdirected energy. That's where men lose. You spend your time trying to impress instead of becoming impressive. Attention feels good, but it doesn't build anything. And here's the truth. When you build yourself, you don't have to chase. Number 2, avoiding discipline. Waking up whenever, doing things only when you feel like it, starting, stopping, quitting completely. That's not freedom. That's weakness disguised as comfort. Discipline is what creates structure. Structure is what creates results. If you don't control your habits, you won't control your life. Number 3, not investing in skills. Most men consume more than they create. Hours of social media content, zero self-development. Skills pay you for life, communication, critical thinking, leadership, high-income abilities. Every hour you spend entertained instead of educated, you're falling behind someone who chose differently. Number 4, living without financial strategy. Money comes in and it goes right back out. No saving, no investing, no ownership mindset. Your 20s are when you build financial habits, not just income, because income without discipline disappears. 5, Ignoring physical health, no training, overly processed foods, low energy. Your body is not separate from your success. It fuels your confidence, your presence, your performance. A weak body creates a weak standard for everything else. 6. Running from discomfort. Avoiding hard conversations, avoiding risk, avoiding failure. But growth only happens under pressure. Everything you want is on the other side of discomfort. 7. Not learning your history and culture. A man without roots lacks direction. When you don't know who you are, you chase whatever feels good in the moment. But when you understand your history, you move with purpose, you move with pride, you move with clarity. Let's talk about what happens next, because this is where it gets real. Your 30s come, and suddenly you're not competing with potential anymore. You're competing with results. The men who were disciplined, they're stable, they're confident, they have leverage. The men who wasted time, they feel it. Financial pressure, lack of direction, low confidence. And here's the part nobody warns you about. Regret hits different the older you get. You start looking around, watching other men live the life you could have built, and realizing you traded long-term success for short-term comfort. Life gets harder when you're older, especially when you waste time when you were younger. Now let's shift, because this isn't just about what to avoid, it's about what to build. 1. Build a mission. You need something bigger than pleasure, a direction that organizes your life. When you have a mission, decisions become easier, because everything either aligns or it doesn't. 2. Master discipline. Stop negotiating with your feelings. Do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Consistency beats motivation every time. 3. Stack skills. Become valuable, not just busy. Learn things that increase your leverage. The more you can do, the more opportunities open. 4. Control your environment. Examine your circle of friends. Who pushes you? Who distracts you? Who holds you accountable? Who introduces you to new ideas? Distance yourself from things and people that lead you to be wasteful and distracted, even if it means standing alone for a while. 5. Strengthen your body. Train. Eat with intention. Build presence. When you feel strong, you move differently, and people respond to that. 6. Learn your history and culture. Ground yourself. Study. Read. Understand the legacy you come from, because identity drives behavior. 7. Delay gratification. Stop choosing what feels good now over what builds your future. Sacrifice in your 20s creates freedom and power over your life in your 30s. Most men ask the wrong question. What do I feel like doing? That question will ruin your life. Start asking, what should I do to become the man I want to be? That's a different standard. That's clarity and purpose. Because you don't rise to your goals, you fall to your habits. Your 20s will not last forever. That's guaranteed. The only question is, what will you have to show for them? Look at your life honestly. Are you building, or are you distracting yourself? Because one path leads to options, the other leads to regret. If you're serious about changing your direction, stop drifting around like a feather in the wind. The energy you put into buying sneakers, put into developing a skill. The energy you put into chasing behind women, educate yourself. Learn how to invest money, travel. Learn how to start a business. Work on developing your spiritual strength and character. Put these things first, and you will thank me later. And in the next video, I'm going to break down exactly how to structure your days so you don't waste another year.